Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for December 12th. Oh my gosh, 2022. This is for Virgo, last shuffle coming up. Virgo, you got like 5 cards on the ground. You have to have courage through a conflict. You have to have courage. I'm seeing if there's courage needed for this. 5 cards. If there's courage needed for a conflict, then that would mean that you usually just kind of like ignore the conflict, or you probably just you're like, well, you know what? If I don't have to do anything about it, then I'm not going to do anything about it. And I see that with the back and forth. You back and forth. Should I do something about it, or should I take the high road? Because there's a high road here. Um, you have dark thoughts, we have decrease, and we have the healing light. You have some of everything here. You're going to have courage to go into this, right? Into whatever conflict there is here. Because the truth is, you're trying to figure out what is the best thing to do. Because in your mind, you're thinking, I would say this, right? I'm seeing a Virgo who is really analyzing the crap out of the outcome. If I go into this and do X, Y, Z, which would be the right thing to do, how would this play out for me? Because right now, I'm not in a place where I feel like I could just, you know, jump up. Like you may feel lower, like you're at this point. It's a cycle of decrease, which is like overall you may be the reason why you may be back and forth about doing the right thing is because you may want to do something extra. Like I'm not even like, you know how like you'll deal with somebody and they'll be like, I'm saved but I'm not that saved, you understand? And you might be in that place like, I'm saved but I'm not that saved, don't play with me right now. Because I mean right now I'm losing the courage to even come and deal with this crap, but I know I have to. But the healing light would say that you see all this about yourself. Like you realize now that you kind of been torn. But now for sure, you may be in a place where you're like, I'm not dealing with the worst case scenario. Like I'm not even like like there's something that I don't think so. Whoever's messing with you or dealing with you doesn't understand that you're on the edge at this point. This is a person, a Virgo, who's on the edge, where maybe you would have done the right thing by everybody, but at this point, you're thinking about maybe it's time to flip over a table or two. You have to have the courage to be peaceful. I am not playing. I'm telling you here, you're going to have to dig deep to want to have peace at this point. Because right now, the conflict is that there's a lot of change, a lot of things changing. They're changing in your favor, to be honest with you. But it's like you are getting to a point where you're not able to keep the peace like you used to. I think people need to leave you alone. If anyone's dealing with a Virgo at this point, it's very important that you leave them alone. Okay? Courage, temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Two of Wands. You're going to have courage to make a choice, to get out of a situation and start over. Okay? And you have to have the courage to do it peacefully. I don't know that you'll be able to, but I mean, I don't know that you'll fully want to. And because the Eight of Swords, it's like you've been stuck in this for a while, right? And you've been thinking negatively about it to the point where I feel like it's almost to the point where you want to bust out of it so bad. You don't care how you come out. You don't care how you come across. You may be at that place. That's why it takes courage to be peaceful, right? Temperance is all about peace and harmony and reconciliations and such. Now you have conflict with the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. Conflict is having a sunny disposition and feeling and thinking the best, expecting the best out of the situation. And I feel like it is a conflict because you have dark thoughts as a consciousness. You are thinking about the worst case scenario already. And that's maybe why you're back and forth. Should I do the right thing or should I flip some tables over? Because no matter which way I turn, I'm seeing a bad, terrible outcome or some sort of nefarious outcome at the end of this. So you have great achievement, Knight of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. The great achievement, which is very fun, very funny, is you realize what you're dealing with, and you are also at this place where you're like, you know what? I don't really have a choice. I need to just save my energy. I feel like the great achievement within you is even with this conflict of trying to be happy despite the fact that you know it's going to be some BS, is that you have achieved a little bit more control over how you communicate this, because you may want to communicate this in a very not so good way. The Knight of Swords doesn't come because he's happy. He's coming because he's got his sword drawn. If you're riding with your sword out, that means that you're coming. You're trying to roll some heads. You know what I mean? And so the great achievement is perhaps having more self control. And you usually do. And I'm not saying that you don't. There's someone. It looks like someone has self control, truly, fully. But this is also someone who's like, I'm on my own in this, and I'm just gonna have to conserve what little bit I got left. I can't. My back's against the wall, and the best thing I can do is keep a lot to myself. There's something about keeping something to yourself, keeping things to yourself, saving. You may be realizing that you're going to have to strike out on your own to save. There's an energy of saving money here. Milestone with Three of Swords and the World. And I say save money because she needs help, but she's doing it on her own, right? This is a job or some sort of commissioned thing that will require, of course, to pay someone, somewhat professional to do it. She's like, you know what, I can figure this out. So it's almost like they're trying to tell you to save. Okay, milestone here. Three of Swords, the World here. The milestone is that you are really at a place where you're ending a lot of these energies of people taking advantage of you, people disappointing you, people letting you down. There's a milestone here of graduating out of that and really seeing that you can be, like, life could be better. You could be healed from this. Because it looks like with Three of Swords and all the swords combined, mind games. Mind games. And there's a lot of disappointment in that. Like, why? Kind of thing. But you have a lot of events. All of this is events, to be quite honest with you. These are things that are happening. So there's a milestone where you finally see that you've been played with. You may not have known before. You may have actually had an inkling. I take that back. This looks like someone who kind of saw. They saw it, right? But with the Three of Swords, you may have been disappointed, but you were thinking, this is a thought process of like brokenness. Like, I'm broken. Maybe I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. But there's a milestone here of a person going, I've been taken advantage of. And that is not happening any longer. So that would be something where you never thought you would actually see them this way. When a milestone comes, that's something where you just never thought it could happen, right? They're like, oh, when the baby starts walking, you're like, walking? The baby can barely turn their head, and that's where you are now. Like, I never thought I would be there at all. A great achievement now is that you may be speaking, you may be a lot more outspoken as well, but you are also conserving your energy. You're getting, and I would say with the outspoken energy, this would be someone who speaks straight to the point. You're not saying more than you need to. There's no small talk. It's like, cut the crap. Like, you may say it just straight off. Just cut the crap. That's not true. Or whatever. You're not going to try to sugarcoat anything. You're not wasting your words. They're also talking about not wasting your words. If you're going to speak to someone, say straight off what it is. Straight off. But also conserve your money, conserve your energy. So it's like that conserving energy would be, of course, just getting straight to the point. Right? What do you want to know? And no time for small talk. If you need something, say so. Conflict, the wheel, and the sun. Oh gosh, the conflict here is to try to be happy despite the changes, but also to try to see things from a positive angle. It's a conflict because you're thinking, should I? There's an energy of it. This is just a Virgo who does not want to do the work that needs to be done or make a certain decision. There's you're just not wanting to. It's just not wanting to, really. It's like there's a decrease in energy. There's a decrease in a lot of different things. This cycle of things slowing down may make you not want to you're just like, I don't even have the energy for this crap. But you got to dig deep and get yourself out of something. So you may have to be honest with people, saving money as well. You're going to have to choose to be happy no matter what, even though you are not. It looks like you may not be happy at all. You may want to really let people have it, and you can't. I mean, if you do speak, it's like just be straightforward. No, and that means like no insults, no this or that, and nothing angrily. It's just straight off. What did you mean by that? Being inquisitive, being very, very curious, so that you can get the answers you need. And then it'll free you. It's like because you have a new beginning here. There's so much to this. Look at all these cards they fill out. They're not playing, and they've got a lot to say to you, Virgo. I wish we had longer. Oh my gosh, you could be dealing with the Sagittarius. We have Leo. Goodness gracious, we have Leo, Virgo, another Virgo maybe, Libras, Aquarius. We also have Gemini here. We have the potential of like a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus again. Doesn't have to be these signs, right? These could be in your chart. You could be a Virgo, Libra cusp. You also could be a Leo, Virgo cusp. Doesn't have to be those signs. They could be in your chart, all right? If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.